What's good, Vikings Nation? Skol, baby. We've got some massive news shaking up the Minnesota Vikings backfield just in time for the preseason finale. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. The Vikings have just signed running back Xazavian Valladay, a name that's got us buzzing with excitement. Is this the depth move we've been waiting for to power our offense into the 2025 season? Let's dive into this Vikings news bombshell and break it down. Picture this. It's August 18th, 2025, and NFL insider Mike Garafolo drops the mic with a tweet that's got every Vikings fan hyped. Xazavian Valladay is headed to Minnesota. This 27-year-old undrafted gem has been grinding his way through the NFL, and now he's joining our squad to add some serious juice to our running game. With the preseason winding down, this move feels like a strategic play to bolster our depth. But what does it mean for our roster? So, grab your purple and gold, because we're about to unpack this signing in 15 electrifying parts. From Valladay's college dominance to his NFL journey and what he brings to our beloved Vikings, we're covering it all. Will he be the secret weapon we need? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get into it. Skol Vikings. Xazavian Valladay's story starts in the college ranks, and let me tell you, this guy was a beast. At Wyoming, he racked up 3,281 rushing yards and 19 touchdowns over 4 seasons, earning first-team All-Mountain West honors twice. That's the kind of production that makes you sit up and take notice, Vikings fans. Then, in 2022, he transferred to Arizona State and absolutely lit it up, rushing for 1,192 yards and 16 touchdowns in just one season. That earned him second-team All-Pac-12 honors, proving he could dominate in a tougher conference. The dude's got a nose for the end zone. Can you imagine him breaking loose in a Vikings uniform? But here's the kicker. Despite those eye-popping stats, Valladay went undrafted in 2023. Why? Some scouts, like NFL.com's Lance Zierlein, noted he lacks elite change-of-direction skills, but his decisiveness and acceleration into contact are undeniable. What do you think? Can he prove the doubters wrong in Minnesota? Valladay's NFL journey is the definition of grit, Vikings Nation. After going undrafted, he signed with the Houston Texans in 2023, landing a deal with a $30,000 signing bonus and $145,000 in guaranteed salary. Pretty sweet for a UDFA, but the Texans cut him just 10 days into training camp, a tough break for the rookie. Undeterred, Valladay bounced to the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he showed flashes in the 2023 preseason, rushing 4 times for 8 yards against the Patriots. Pittsburgh waived him during final roster cuts, but the New York Jets saw potential and scooped him up for their practice squad. Talk about resilience. Doesn't that fire you up for what he could do with the Vikings? By January 2024, Valladay was promoted to the Jets' active roster for their season finale against the Patriots, logging 12 special teams snaps but no offensive touches. That brief taste of NFL action had to fuel his hunger. What role do you see him carving out in Minnesota? Let me know below. Fast forward to 2024, and Valladay's journey took him to the New Orleans Saints. After being cut by the Jets in September, he joined the Saints practice squad in November, giving him a fresh shot to prove himself. He stuck around, signing a reserve/future contract in January 2025. Vikings fans, this guy's been grinding non-stop, but in June 2025, the Saints waived him to clear space in a crowded backfield that included stars like Alvin Kamara and new addition Cam Akers. Valladay's release wasn't about his talent, it was about numbers. That's when the Vikings swooped in, and I'm pumped to see what he can do in purple. This signing feels like a classic Kevin O'Connell move, finding undervalued talent with upside. With our final preseason game against the Titans looming, do you think Valladay's got a shot to shine and make the roster? Hit the comments with your take. Let's talk about our Vikings backfield, because this is where things get juicy. Aaron Jones is our RB1, bringing veteran savvy and explosive playmaking. Then we've got Jordan Mason, a free agent signing who's solidified himself as a reliable RB2. These two are the heart of our ground game, but depth has been a question mark. Enter Ty Chandler, Xavier Scott, and undrafted rookie Trey Stewart, all vying for those backup spots. Chandler and Scott have shown promise, but Stewart needs a big preseason to stay in the conversation. Now, Valladay's in the mix, and his 4,473 college rushing yards and 35 touchdowns make him a legit contender. Can he climb the depth chart? The Vikings' running back room has been a weak spot in recent years, as we've leaned on trades for Cam Akers to plug gaps. With Valladay's addition, are we finally building the depth we need for a playoff push? What's your ideal RB rotation, Vikings Nation? Why now, you ask? Well, the timing of this signing is no accident. With only one preseason game left, the Vikings are gearing up for a final evaluation against the Tennessee Titans. Last year, we signed Mohamed Ibrahim right before the preseason finale to eat snaps and preserve our starters. Sound familiar? Valladay's likely here to take some carries and show his stuff while Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason stay fresh. But don't sleep on him. In the past 2 preseasons, he's rushed 41 times for 83 yards, with 80 of those coming after contact, and caught 8 passes for 88 yards. That's a guy who fights for every yard. This could be Valladay's audition for a practice squad spot or even a roster surprise. With our backfield thinning out behind the top dogs, do you think he's got a real shot to stick around? Drop your predictions in the comments, Skol fans. Let's get into Valladay's playing style, because this is what's got me hyped. At 5 feet 11 inches and 204 pounds, he's got the size to run through tackles, and his college tape shows a decisive runner who hits the hole hard. He's not the shiftiest guy, but his acceleration into contact is something our Vikings offense could use. NFL.com scouting report says he sticks to the design play and gets what's blocked, which fits perfectly with Kevin O'Connell's scheme that loves disciplined runners who can keep the chains moving. Pair that with his 88 college receptions for 873 yards and 4 scores, and you've got a versatile back who can catch passes out of the backfield. Imagine Valladay spelling Aaron Jones on 3rd downs or grinding out tough yards in the 4th quarter. Does his skill set scream Vikings fit to you, or is he more of a practice squad project? Let's hear your thoughts, Vikings Nation. Now let's talk about the stakes. The Vikings are 1-1 in the 2025 preseason, fresh off a tough loss to the Patriots where our late-game comeback fell short. With J.J. McCarthy dazzling in camp and Justin Jefferson back from his hamstring scare, the vibes are high, but we need depth to compete in the NFC North. Valladay's signing comes at a critical moment as we finalize our 53-man roster. The running back room is crowded, but it's also a chance for someone to step up as RB3. Ty Chandler's got experience, but Valladay's college production and NFL grit could make this a dogfight. What's the ceiling for Valladay? A special teams contributor like his 2023 stint with the Jets? Or could he surprise us and snag a bigger role? Vikings news is buzzing with this move. Tell me in the comments how you see it playing out. Let's zoom out and look at the Vikings strategy. Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah have a knack for finding diamonds in the rough, and Valladay fits that mold. He's a low-risk, high-reward signing who's been battle-tested across 4 NFL teams: Texans, Steelers, Jets, and Saints. That's the kind of journeyman mentality that thrives in Minnesota. This move also signals we're not done tweaking the roster. With injuries piling up league-wide, like Rondale Moore's season-ending knee injury and Brian Asamoah II being waived, depth is everything. Valladay's signing could be a hedge against surprises as we head into roster cuts. Do you trust O'Connell to maximize Valladay's potential? Or is this just a precautionary move for the preseason finale? Vikings fans, let's debate this in the comments, Skol. Valladay's college stats are worth revisiting because they scream potential. Over 5 years, he piled up 4,473 rushing yards and 35 touchdowns, plus those 88 catches for 873 yards and 4 scores. That's not just a one-dimensional runner. That's a playmaker who can do it all. At Arizona State, he averaged 6.2 yards per carry and scored 16 times in one season. Those numbers show he can handle a heavy workload, something the Vikings might lean on if injuries hit our backfield. His durability is a big plus in a grueling NFL season. But here's the question. Can he translate that college success to the pros? He's had limited NFL snaps, but his preseason flashes suggest he's ready to break out. What's your gut telling you about Valladay's upside, Vikings Nation? Let's talk special teams because that's where Valladay might make his mark. In his lone NFL game with the Jets in 2023, he played 12 special teams snaps, showing he's willing to do the dirty work. For a guy fighting for a roster spot, that's huge in Minnesota, where versatility is king. The Vikings love players who can contribute across the board, and Valladay's athleticism, blazing speed and a knack for tough yards, makes him a candidate for kick returns or coverage units. Special teams could be his ticket to sticking around past August. Do you see Valladay as a special teams ace? Or does he need to show more on offense to earn a spot? Drop your take in the comments and let's keep the Vikings news hype going. The preseason finale against the Titans is Valladay's big moment. With starters like Aaron Jones likely resting, he could see serious carries to prove his worth. Last year, Mohamed Ibrahim got a similar shot and landed on the practice squad. Could Valladay follow that path or aim higher? His 83 preseason yards over 2 years, with 80 after contact, show he's not afraid to lower his shoulder. If he pops off against Tennessee, he could force the Vikings' hand in roster decisions. This game is his Super Bowl. Vikings fans, what do you want to see from Valladay in this final tune-up? A couple of explosive runs, a clutch catch, or maybe a special teams tackle? Let's hear your game plan for him in the comments. Let's not forget the bigger picture. The Vikings are building for a deep 2025 run. With J.J. McCarthy looking like a star in camp and T.J. Hawkinson ranked as a top 5 fantasy tight end, our offense is loaded. But a strong running game is what keeps defenses honest. Valladay's signing, while not a headline grabber, could be a sneaky smart move to keep our backfield fresh. Depth wins championships, and if he can spell Aaron Jones or Jordan Mason for a few key plays, that's a win for Minnesota. How does Valladay fit into our playoff aspirations? Is he a depth piece, or could he be a surprise contributor? Vikings news is all about these underdog stories. Share your thoughts below. Now let's talk roster crunch. The Vikings have until late August to trim to 53 players, and the running back room is a battleground. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are locks, but the RB3 spot is up for grabs between Ty Chandler, Xavier Scott, Trey Stewart, and now Valladay. Chandler's got the edge with experience, but Valladay's college pedigree and preseason grit could shake things up. If he balls out against the Titans, he might steal a practice squad spot or even push for the active roster. It's a high-stakes audition. Who's your pick for RB3 Vikings Nation? Are you Team Valladay, or do you think Chandler or Scott have it locked down? Hit the comments and let's break it down. As we wrap this up, let's get real. Valladay's signing is a classic Vikings move. Low risk, high reward. He's a hungry 27-year-old with something to prove, and Minnesota's the perfect place for him to shine. Whether he's grinding out yards, catching passes, or making tackles on special teams, he's got a shot to make an impact. The 2025 season is shaping up to be special, with J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, and now maybe Xazavian Valladay adding to the excitement. Vikings news is on fire, and we're just getting started. What's got you most pumped about this signing? Skol Vikings. Let's keep the energy high. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this video with your fellow fans, and let's pack US Bank Stadium with purple pride. Skol.